Welcome again, campers. I am so happy to see you again. I am afraid I have a bit of bad news. I'm so sorry. But you know, the lovely camping place we always have, right? The one in the woods, near the lake, with the mountains on the background. Yeah. That one is flooded. It has been raining non-stop the past couple of weeks. And unfortunately, I have been informed that that lovely camping ground we normally go to is now more like a marsh. And we definitely cannot send up our tents there. And I was really afraid that I had to cancel this camp round for you all. However, we are in luck because turns out that at the edge of the forest we always stay in is actually a bed and breakfast. And they were fully open. So we managed to get the whole bed and breakfast just for us to camp there for the whole weekend. We will be arriving in the afternoon on Friday, the 25th of October, and we can stay there until the morning of the 28th. So the readathon will be on the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of October. It is time to pack your bags and your suitcase full of books. And let's go to the bed and breakfast. Because this time we are staying in a bed and breakfast, it is very important that you sign up and let us know you're coming to camp with us. We definitely have to book ahead. So it is, if you want to make sure you actually have a reservation for the bed and breakfast, please use the sign up form down below and I will confirm your stay with us. I know we normally don't do that, but it is very important now because we just can't just put the tents down. You know, these people are so lovely to hold on every booking that weekend. So we definitely need to let them know with how many we are coming. Because we're all taking the suitcases full of books anyway, I am very curious to see how much we actually get read that weekend. So another thing this weekend is that I will ask you to please fill out a form if you have read a book and fulfilled a prompt. I will promise you, I will not look at the books you have read. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for reading certain books. I'm not. I am too lazy to see to check in with what is everybody reading. Is it up to my standards? I don't have standards. If you're reading and you're having fun, you're doing great. I'm not gonna judge you, I promise you. But I would love to see how many books we're all gonna read in a weekend. And I would love to see how many of those are spooky. So, you can fill in the book and the author, I might get a recommendation out of it. This is also why I want this list, to be fair with you. Because you can't have enough recommendations for the spooky books. But I promise you, I know it can be very scary to put that in. But I will not judge you. I will not judge you on what you read or on the amount you will read. I just want to see as a group, as a collective of campers, how much we can read and how much of those are spooky books. And I would love to see which badge is gained the most. Like, what is the most favorite badge from this season? Because yes, there will be new badges. So all you need to know before we're heading to the badges is you have to book ahead. You have to book your stay with us in a bed and breakfast because we need to make sure that they know how many rooms we have. So please use the form down below. The second thing is please, 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 I beg you, fill out the forms if you have read a book. I just want to know how much we can read and what the favorite badges are so we can adjust in the next coming camps. Then there will always be free bookmarks for you to download. These are it. Yes. I've gone a tiny bit overboard. There are 6. Normally there are 3, but there are 6. Because I wanted it to make it fall. And I wanted to make spooky. So if you don't want the spooky, you still have fall bookmarks to download. If you don't want the fall, but then you have the spooky. There is somebody for... I hope there's something for everyone in this way. They will be, again, free to download on the Google Drive, in the Discord. However, as always, if you would like to get them professionally printed, I will make that work. Then we'll do it. I will put the Etsy shop open for this again. There will again be, you can order them until halfway of Halloween probably. Maybe the first week of October. And then I will get them all officially printed and ship them out to you guys. If you want, there is no need to do so. You can just download them for free and print them yourself. You can always send them to yourself, to your own professional printer. But sometimes it's cheaper to do it all together. That's why I'm offering. I will also be making sticker sheets again. I unfortunately did not have time to print them and cut them yet. But this is how they look. They will be in the Etsy shop if you want them. And there will be loads of bullet journaling and stickers shared in the Discord in October because of the Not So Scary Halloween party. So you can always print those out yourself, even on sticker paper if you want to. And then you can just cut them with the scissors. Or if you have a silhouette or cameo, you can obviously cut them yourself. And I think that is all the information you need. Again, this is a weekend. It's gonna be noon on Friday the 25th. And you're gonna be able to lock your books till midnight on Sunday the 27th of October. And now, let's get in to the part we're all here for. I know you guys, this is what you want to see. So let's talk new shiny badges. We have 4 pages in the Camper's Companion that are new, full of spooky badges for y'all. So let's talk about them one by one. First up, we have the Brave badge, which is basically just read a spooky book. Anything you find spooky will count. It can be middle grade, it can be manga. As always, it doesn't matter what format you read or what age range. Every book that contains a story in whatever format or whatever age range count. And if you think it's spooky, it's spooky. You have earned a badge. The badges are able only on Discord. So if you post on Discord, I have read this book for this badge in that channel, we will grant you your badge. We will send it digitally to you on the Discord. And there is a chance, if you want to order them on Redbubble. The next badge is Poison Master badge. And for this, you need to read a book that is featuring poison. Poison has to be part of the plot or the storyline, whatever. This is the Scream Queen badge. And no, it does not matter what gender you are. If you feel like you have a gender or if you feel like you're non-binary, every human can earn this badge. It doesn't matter at all. This just sounded fun to me. And I didn't know a fun non-binary way to say it. So if you do, let me know down below. Please, and we'll change the name. But this is basically the dragon badge. This is the hardest badge to get and the only one you can double up on, and this requires you to read 5 spooky books in one camp edition. So if you want to get this badge, you need to read 5 spooky books from noon on Friday until Sunday night. You can start on your own time zone. I don't care. But it has to be in that weekend and you need to read 5. Yes, again, manga, graphic novels, picture books, middle grade, audiobooks, ebooks, every book count. As long as they're spooky. That is the requirement for this badge. The witch badge, obviously, you need to read a book with a witch in it. We need to learn how to do the magic. For the villain badge, again, the main character needs to be a villain. These badges are very self-explanatory, but they're fun. So I'm still here to walk you through them. The mad scientist badge, one of my favorites. Obviously, the main character has to be a mad scientist, or the mad scientist has to be a big part of the story. I know a few you could use. The clown badge. Read a book with a clown in it. And yes, I did not specify spooky. Because I know this is a trigger for a lot of people. So any book with a clown will count. However, bonus points for spooky clown. I will be trying to read a spooky carnival clown book. A Gothic badge. This is basically me trying to force you to read Gothic horror. Because I love it so much. So I just want everybody to read it. Because it's great. You should. But again, a poem counts. So any poem by Edgar Allan Poe counts. Any short story by Edgar Allan Poe counts. But also, Frankenstein. Dracula. Mr. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Anything counts. Like that. They're all great books. But you cannot double up unless it is for the Scream Queen badge. The monster badge, you need to read a book about a classic monster. So, zombies, ghosts, vampires, ghouls, skeletons. Somebody made from body parts. Right. Anything that you would consider classic Halloween-y monster, like the jack-o'-lanterns that turn rogue. Scarecrows made out of jack-o'-lanterns, stuff like that. This is your badge. This is the badge to get. We also have an I Survived Camp Enchanted badge. And for this you need to read a campy horror book. So it can actually be a horror, thriller, spooky book set in a camp. Or a true genre campy horror book. Whatever you want. So that can mean the scary level of that depends. So you can choose if you want a truly scary book or just a middle grade campy book that is spooky. It will count. Ouch! Sharp badge. You need to read a slasher for that. I can't make it any more easier than that. So unfortunately, this is not one. If you really don't want to read scary stuff, this is probably not for you. But for this badge, it had to be a slasher. I felt there was no other way. We have the trick or treat badge. And for this, you need to read a 5-star prediction. Because if it's a 5-star, it is absolutely a treat. However, if it turns out not to be 5 stars, that's a trick, right? So that's why we have this badge. And no, you do not have to read a spooky book for this. This is just your 5-star prediction. In any genre, in any format, in any age range. The pumpkin badge. For this, you need to read a book with an orange cover. A vampire badge. You need to read a book with a vampire in it. And then that badge is read a book with an undead character. So vampires would count. Skeletons would count. Ghouls would count. Somebody made from body parts, but not ghosts, because ghosts are truly that bad. If that makes sense. So walking, not living bodies. A spooky badge. Read a spooky middle grade because those are one of the best books out there. I highly recommend you to get this badge and read a spooky middle grade. I had a video from last year where I share all my favorite spooky middle grades. I will link that down below if you need some inspiration, and you can always ask on the Discord. The Darkling badge. For this, you need to watch a spooky movie, which should not be a problem during Halloween camp, because for the not so scary party, we are watching a video every single day, and in the weekends we have series too. So watch any of those, it will count. You can obviously choose your own spooky movie. Again, if you find it spooky, if you find it Halloween appropriate, it counts. Skull badge. For this, you need to read a book with a skull on the cover. It can be anywhere on the cover. It can be as tiny or as big as you want it to be. As long as there is a skull, it will count. It does need to be without flesh. Just to clarify, like a normal hat does not count, because technically there's a skull in there, but we want them without the flesh. And then the last badge is the fortune teller badge, where you have to pick a book by chance. So I would highly recommend doing it with tarot cards or oracle cards. I would be willing to draw an oracle or a tarot card for you in every live show if you want me to. We can do it on the Discord. But if you don't really want to do that, you can also use a random generator and choose a book that way. Again, this does not have to be a spooky book. You just have to be... It has to be random. It cannot be planned. Or if you make it work with the card you got, it can be planned, but you have to make it work. And that were all 19 new shiny badges for you that you can only get during halfway to Halloween or Halloween Camp Enchanted edition. So these will not be available during winter, during spring, unless it is a halfway to Halloween or in the summer editions. These are specifically for the spooky editions. I hope you're as excited as me to start, even if it's in a bed and breakfast. We're still going to hang out, read loads, have loads of fun, and I hope to see you there. Bye, campers!